Jelas.
Oke, yes.
Siap, saya tinggal.
Ya, oke. Selamat malam Pak Arif.
Malam Pak.
Ya.
Ya jelas Pak suaranya.
Ya. Sebentar, saya perlu ngatur pencahayaannya sebentar supaya nggak terlalu. Untuk videonya juga sudah cukup jelas ya Pak ya, nampaknya sudah. Oke.
Sudah mau disapa apa Pak?
Oh boleh Pak, sebentar.
Oh ya.
Oh sudah ada 10 lebih ya. Oke, saya langsung admit saja semuanya. Selamat datang dan selamat bergabung lagi saya ucapkan kepada para sahabat yang sudah menanti di waiting room sejak dari tadi mungkin ya. So thank you very much for waiting in our room here and finally that we can meet together, we can join together here, we learn together, we improve our English skill together. Yeah, okay. Yeah. We still have a couple of more minutes before our meeting starts. So I will try to greet each of you here one by one. Okay. For our participants. Yeah. So this program is also broadcasted in YouTube. Yeah. So for those who watch this program in YouTube, if you'd like to have an an interactive activities like this, so you can see on the description below, sudah ada di deskripsinya di situ. So how to register yourself so that we can have a live interactive lesson like this. There are some requirements that you have to fulfill. Okay, okay, right. So we have Bu Ambar Sri Lestari. Okay, thank you for joining this meeting, ya, Bu Ambar, and then Arum, and then also Pak Siswoyo. Okay, welcome, and Emanuela Dika, welcome. We have Rizky Rahman, okay, welcome, and Mangiring Dame Ria Silakban, okay, welcome. We have Neni Sundari, And then we have Tifa Faulisa, welcome. Pak Ramasdin, okay, welcome back again. Reininda Resa, okay, welcome. And then Sekar, okay, welcome. Vero, okay, yes, our faithful participants, yeah, in this meeting, okay. And then we have Merina Widayanti, okay, yes. So far we have around 14 participants. So later maybe we can reach more than 30 participants. Yeah, okay, we still have 6 more minutes before this meeting starts. Okay. Oh yeah, so probably later when we are having the exercise, maybe you can screenshot, yeah, the reading text, so that maybe when the reading text, the reading passage, and also the question is not from the same page, so you can just read the page before without getting disturbed, yeah, by the question. So you can screenshot the reading passage and also the questions that follow, okay, so that you can answer the questions appropriately. Okay, maybe you can need some papers, yeah, and also some stationeries, yeah, pen or pencils. Okay, you can prepare it now. Okay. Yeah, and then as usual, because there are some viewers that are going to watch this program in YouTube, we would like to know the city or the place where you are from right now, so that the YouTube viewers can know where you are from. So you can type in the chat box your location, your place right now. Okay, thank you. So we have Vero from Pekanbaru, Riau. Okay, and my location, my city now is in Yogyakarta. So here is a bit cloudy, I guess, in Yogyakarta right now, still in the rainy season. And we have Pak Siswoyo from Bandar Lampung. Okay, hello there. Hopefully the weather is also fine there, Pak Siswoyo. We have someone from Surabaya, that's Emanuela Dika. Okay. And also, oh, the same city as Vego here, Tahara Ananta. Okay. Right, I thought that you are from Japan, yeah? Tahara Ananta, so looks like Japanese name. Okay. Rizky Rahman, that's from Medan. Okay, welcome. Bang Rizky Rahman. And then we have from Central Java, Nani Sundari here from Cilacap. Okay. I still remember that the crisp from Cilacap, yeah, ada kerupuk tenggiri there. That's very delicious, yeah, from Cilacap. Okay. Pak Ramasdin from Jakarta. Okay. Nice to see you again, Pak Ramasdin. And then okay, seems that you know one another, yeah, Vero and also Tahara. Okay, right. Yeah, so meanwhile, in the beginning of the course, actually, I asked you about your preference in reading activity. Okay, so how often or how do you enjoy the reading activity? And it seems that reading is not our habit actually. So when we have free time, probably we do something else rather than reading. Now, because reading is not our habit, so are there any ways here to improve our reading skill? Okay, so please try to give some tips. Yeah, you can type in the chat box there how to improve our reading skill, our reading ability. Okay, because in this media we are going to learn from one another. We learn from each other. So probably you can give some tips, yeah. So how to improve our reading skill. Okay. Thank you. We have Mbak Megina Widayanti. That's from Central Java. Actually, Central Java is very big, yeah. I was born also in Central Java, yeah. So I was born in the capital city of Central Java. I was born in Semarang, but I grew up in Yogyakarta here for more than 35 years. Yeah. Okay. I'm still waiting for our friends here to share some tips. Yeah. So how to improve our reading skill. So are there any ways how to make the reading become something that is not burdening, but something which is more enjoyable thing? Okay. We have already 18 participants this afternoon. So if each of you can give us one topic, one tip, yeah, probably one tip how to improve our reading skill. So we will have 18 tips, yeah, how to improve our reading skill. Wow, so that's quite a lot actually. So if you can just share your experience, how to boost your reading skill there, so we can learn from one another. Okay. From Vero, it is said that reading the news from some account in Instagram, maybe. Okay, that's great. Yeah, reading the news. Yeah, reading. Maybe this one is English news. Yeah, to be exact. Yeah. So reading English news from some media like Instagram. Okay, thank you for the suggestion, Vero. And then Pak Ramasdin, okay, so he gave a suggestion to read about public figure in English. Okay, probably public figure is something that we adore, something that we like, something that we pay more attention to. So if we are able to read the public figure in English, so we are able to enjoy more about the article about our public figure in English. Okay, thank you Pak Ramasdin for the tips here. And okay, in English or sometimes from e-news like BBC. Okay, thank you, Vero. So for me, BBC, I guess I will give more attention to the listening activity actually. Yeah, okay, even the reading is also possible, yeah, from British Broadcasting News here. Thank you. Pak Siswayo, okay, making notes. Okay, so that will help us a lot actually, because when we read, we make note, especially from difficult terminologies, yeah, difficult vocabulary. If we are able to search for the meaning of the words that we are less familiar with, so that will broaden our vocabularies. Yeah, thank you, Pak Siswayo. And then, what is this? Reading novel maybe. So that's reading for pleasure, yeah, Mbak Sekar. Okay. Seems that you like reading novel here, so you suggest us here, the viewers, to read some English novel. Okay, Harry Potter, for example, yeah, it's very classical novel. Okay, and that will help us a lot. From Tahara, okay, you like K-pop and you usually read articles about them in English. Okay, right. So that will be more enjoyable if you read an article that you are into, yeah, that you love actually, rather than you read something that is that you don't really like. So that will be a kind of a burden for you. So remember when you were in high school, probably when you have to read some subjects or some materials that you don't really enjoy. So it seems like reading is a kind of a burdening thing. Yeah, it's like a horrible thing. Yeah. So, but when you start reading something that you enjoy, something that you love, so that go with the flow, so that can improve your reading ability. Yeah. Okay. Very good. We have from Emanuela Tika here. I used to read English journal. Okay. As the sort of the college assignments. Okay. Something which is more academic and scientific paper, I guess. Yeah, so English journals here. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I guess we just, oh ya, saya belum buka ya pertemuannya tadi. Okay, so very good afternoon or good evening probably for you if you are from the Eastern Indonesian time. So good evening every one of you here. So assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera, salam sehat untuk semuanya di sini. Hopefully everybody here stays healthy and happily in this good situation. So this course will be 24 meetings for you if you join the very first time in YouTube channel. And we are now in, what meeting is it? We have accomplished half of the whole meeting. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. So that's 12 meeting right now. Okay. So we have accomplished 50% of the entire meeting. Okay. So right now we have reading as our skill that we are going to polish, yeah, to improve. And then still remember about the previous tips that we have discussed, that we have learned in the first 3 meetings of the reading. Ayo, siapa masih ingat? Tip apa yang sudah saya pernah bagikan pada pertemuan reading di sebelumnya? What are they? How many and what are they? We still remember. Apa saja? Always, when it comes to reading, the very first question is always dealing with what we call the main idea. Okay, so the first one is about main idea. Okay, you can say a topic sentence or main idea. So how to find the main idea, if anyone still remember? To determine, to find the main idea, what we need to do is to read, go on, read the first sentence in every paragraph in the reading passage. Okay, let me repeat. So you need to read the first sentence of every paragraph in the reading passage. Okay, because we don't have enough time to read the whole passages. So that's why to get the main idea, what we need to do is we need to read the first sentence of every paragraph in the reading passage. Okay, at least we understand what we are reading. So that's the point. Okay, jangan sampai kita baca, but we don't understand what we are reading. Okay, yeah. So most of the time, yeah, but not always, the author of the text will give the main idea in the beginning of the paragraph. However, we know the method of inductive and deductive. So sometimes the author can also give the main idea at the end of the paragraph. Yeah. So that will be kind of like a conclusion. Yeah. So when the author gives the conclusion, so you have to look at the end of the sentence in a certain paragraph. Okay. Right. So that's the main idea. And then the second skill is, what did we learn after the main idea? We learn about the stated detail question. Okay. In the stated detail question, what do we have to do? Because a stated detail question is we look for a certain information that is actually already available in the reading passage. Okay. So because what we are looking for is actually already available in the reading passage, what we need to do is first thing first, look for the key word in the question. Okay. So after we read the keyword, we find the keyword in the reading passage. What we need to do first, what we need to do next is to find the keyword in the certain paragraph. After you find the keyword in the certain paragraph, then you read the sentence in that paragraph and then find the best answer from the 4 possible choices. Yeah. So that's the second. Yeah. So that's about stated detail question. And then the next is what we are going to learn. Ya, ini skill berikutnya. we are going to expose here is I'm going to screen share here. So just hold on a second. Is it already appear? Sudah muncul? Belum? How about now? I hope that it's already. Okay, yes. We haven't learned about this, right? So, oh, is it blur? If it's blur, so probably the internet connection is unstable here. Okay, clear, good. Yeah, readable, yeah, I hope. Okay, so this is the next skill that we learn is about the unstated details. So this is actually the opposite, yeah, the opposite of what we learned from the previous skill, that is finding stated detail question. In a finding stated detail question, we have to look for a certain word as the keyword, and then we will find the information in the reading passage according to what the question is. But in the unstated detail question, we are going to look for certain information that is not stated, not mentioned, or not true according to the reading passage. Okay, let me repeat once again here. So to find the answer that is not stated, ya, yang tidak tercantum, ya, not mentioned, tidak disebutkan dalam bacaan, atau not true in the passage. So if you are familiar with the IELTS probably, ya, kalau di dalam IELTS itu tidak hanya true, false, tapi ada not given. Nah, kalau dalam TOEFL di sini, not given itu termasuk di dalam unstated detail question di sini, ya. So we are going to look for a certain information that is not stated, not mentioned, not given, or not true in the reading passage. Oke, jadi kebalikannya dengan finding stated detail question. Kalau pada stated detail question kita mencari informasi yang benar sesuai dengan teks, kita mengeliminasi ketiga jawaban yang tidak benar. Tetapi pada unstated detail question kita akan mencari informasi yang tidak sesuai dengan bacaan, sehingga kita perlu mengeliminasi jawaban yang benar dan meninggalkan satu jawaban yang tidak benar menurut bacaan di atas. Oke, coba. So let's try to read first about this passage. Yeah, it's very short passage. Yeah. Okay, now from this short reading passage, what is the topic, ya, or the main idea? Topiknya saja deh, kita baca tentang apa sih di sini, in this reading passage? What are we dealing about here? Are we talking about keys, ya, kunci, atau tentang gunung, atau tentang apa ya namanya, laut, atau tentang apa di sini, atau tentang rantai di situ, atau apa, coba, ayo. So what are we talking about here? From Mbak Apelia. Okay, thank you for the response. The Florida Keys. So what is actually Florida Keys? Yeah, so you mentioned the first 3 words, yeah, Florida Keys. Is it the name of a beach or name of a mountain or name of a, what is it? Okay. We have island, chain. Chain means rantai ya di sini ya. Chain means rantai di sini. So we talk about something which is landscape ya, probably ya, like bentang alam ya actually. So it's a beautiful chain that of almost 1,000 coral and limestone islands. Yeah, so we talk about landscape actually ya, bentang alam. So these islands form an arc that heads first southwest and then west from the mainland. Yeah, US Highway 1, that's called the Overseas Highway, connects the main islands in the chain. On this highway, it is necessary to cross 42 bridges over the ocean to cover the 159 miles from Miami on the mainland to Key West, the farthest island on the highway and the southernmost city in US. Yeah. So it's about the, what is it? Journey when you want to go from a certain place to to different places. Yeah. So we cross some landscapes, like what it is said, that is Florida Keys. So that's the name. Okay. So the question here is actually answered, yeah, because this is the example of the question. Which of the following is not mentioned about the Florida Keys? Okay. So not always, ya, biasanya di sini tidak tebal seperti ini, tapi kadang-kadang menggunakan hanya capital letter ya pada soal di sini. Okay. Let's take a look from option A. The Florida Keys are a chain of islands. So this answer, this statement is correct because we can find this in the first sentence in this paragraph. So we cross this out. Oke, kita mengeliminasi jawaban yang benar sehingga meninggalkan satu jawaban yang tidak tersedia atau yang tidak sesuai dengan isi dari bacaan tersebut. Oke. The second one is the Florida Keys contain coral and limestone. Ada ya di sini, jelas ya, 1,000 coral and limestone islands. Okay, so that's available. The next option says the Florida Keys are in the shape of an arc. Ya, bentuknya seperti lengkungan seperti itu ya, arc ya. Okay, so this one is also available ya. The islands form an arc that heads first southwest and then west. Ya, oke. Bentuknya seperti lengkungan seperti itu. Jadi yang pernah ke US pasti paham di sini ya. Oke, and then the last one is the Florida Keys are not all inhabited. Okay. So, yeah, the answer here is delta. Okay. So why option D here is chosen? Yang kita pilih jawaban D di sini. Yeah. So this option, yeah, option D here, we cannot find any information about this in the reading passage. Ya. Tidak ada yang menyebutkan apakah itu Florida Keys itu didiami ada penghuni atau tidak. Ya, jadi tidak ada di sini. So it is just stated about the position, yeah, geographically, but it does not state any information about the inhabitants. Okay. Jadi untuk jawaban ini memang tidak not given ya kalau di dalam IELTS. Okay. So that's why option D here is the answer. Okay. I hope this one is clear. Okay, yeah. Sometimes to understand a certain paragraph, memahami sebuah paragraph, ya. So it takes more time actually, Pak Siswa, ya. If you want to understand a certain paragraph, if you want to really understand the paragraph, yeah, of course you need to read one by one here, to read word per word. What I mean here, if that is for your self practice. But if we do this in the TOEFL test, so we will run out of time. So that's why we go to the questions first, and then try to indicate what type of the question is, and then apply the tips here how to answer the question successfully. Then we go to the paragraph, we go to the reading passage, how to find the answer from the questions that is provided. Begitu, ya. But if it is for the practice, yeah, of course you can just read in deep, yeah, for that paragraph to understand better. Okay, yeah. Okay, I will go to this one is from the computer TOEFL test. Okay, so this is the example of the pola pertanyaannya seperti ini, ya. Sometimes the question maker will make like this, ya. Which of the following is not stated? Ya, not stated. Kemudian menggunakan kata not mentioned yang tidak disebutkan. Okay. And then using not discussed. Okay. And then using except, ya, seolah-olah di sini dia adalah true yang benar, ya. Except means kecuali. Berarti kita mencari jawaban yang tidak benar berdasarkan dari teks yang di atas. Okay. And then how to answer the question itu masih sama dengan yang stated di the question. Pertama adalah choose the keyword in the question. Oke, seperti tadi contoh di atas itu kita ada keywordnya apa? Nah, ini keywordnya adalah Florida Keys. Oke, and then the second one is scan the appropriate place in the passage for the keyword. Ya, karena dalam contoh tadi hanya ada satu paragraf, jadi kita langsung ketemu bahwa kata Florida, this one ya, ada Florida Keys itu ada di paragraf ini, di situ langsung ditemukan. But when in the real TOEFL test, you will find around 4, 5, or probably 6 paragraphs. Then you need to find the keyword in a certain paragraph. Okay. And the next one is read the sentence that contains the keyword or idea carefully. Kita fokus pada kalimat di situ yang mengandung keyword atau ide yang ditanyakan dalam pertanyaan. Nah, di situ ya Pak siapa tadi yang bertanya, apakah kita perlu membaca secara mendetail? Kita hanya perlu membaca mendetail pada kalimat yang mengandung kata kunci dari pertanyaan yang ditanyakan itu. Ya, kita hanya memberikan fokus lebih pada kalimat yang mengandung kata kunci dari apa yang ditanyakan dalam pertanyaan tersebut. Gitu. Okay, and then look for answers that are definitely true according to the passage. Eliminate those answers. Ya, saya garis bawahi di sini. Jadi kita eliminasi jawaban yang benar sehingga meninggalkan satu jawaban yang tidak benar atau tidak didiskusikan atau tidak berdasarkan dari reading passage itu tadi. Gitu. Okay. So, I hope this one is clear. Are there any questions first untuk teorinya? Kalau tidak, saya akan ke latihan. Sebentar, saya pilihkan di sini untuk yang pemanasan dulu saja. Ya, ada 2 pertanyaan. Silakan untuk dijawab pada. Oke, let's try it first ya. Sebentar. Nah, ini. Oke. So, I give you maximum 7 minutes, yeah, until 7:30 now. So, try to answer number 3 and number 4, please. Yeah, sorry ya. Here we have what is it? Incoming call here. Okay, yes, welcome back again. And here, before we go to the questions about things that is not available in the reading passage, so I would like to challenge you, what is the topic of this passage? Oke, silahkan untuk mengetikkan di sini topiknya tentang apa di sini. Thank you yang sudah mengirimkan jawaban di sini. Ada Vero, ada Arum, ada Leoni, ada Tifa, oke, ada Pak Siswoyo, ada Untari. Ya, thank you for the answer here. Can you type there? What is the topic? What are we talking about here? Are we talking about? Thank you for the input here. Very complete, yeah, Pak Siswoyo. So, Pan American Airlines. Yeah, and then from Untari that says space travel. Okay. American Airlines. Okay. Yeah. So most of you have got the same idea here. So that's about the airlines, yeah, or space travel. Okay. Right. So now let's go to the question here one by one. Oke, sebentar. Saya akan edit layoutnya dulu supaya bisa melihat chatnya dan juga bisa melihat untuk teksnya di sini ya. Oke. Okay, so go to question number 3. All of the following are mentioned about Pan Am Airlines. Ya, so Pan Am itu singkatan dari Pan American Airlines. Ya, except that, okay, because we actually discussed the Pan Am all paragraphs. Ya, so from paragraph 1, 2, and the last one. So tadi pada jawab apa ya tadi teman-teman? Oke, paragraf. Oh, ada yang menjawab A, ada yang menjawab delta di sini. Ya. Oke. Oke, so let's see from D ya. Kita lihat dari delta di situ. It went out of business. Okay. Went out of business means that it is, it got bankrupt. Okay, went out of business ya. So, apakah ada informasi di sini yang menyatakan bahwa Pan Am itu bangkrut pada akhirnya? If we go to the last paragraph, actually here it is stated that the original company is no longer in business, ya, tidak beroperasi lagi. Oke, tidak bisa meneruskan bisnisnya. Oke, and moreover it is stated that when it went out of business. Ya, jelas di sini bahwa Pan Am dia tidak bisa mempertahankan kejayaannya di situ sehingga harus bangkrut. Okay, so for question number 3, option D here is correct. Oke, ingat bahwa yang benar itu kita eliminasi ya di sini sehingga kita mendapatkan satu jawaban yang tidak sesuai ya di sini. Oke. And then next one, it kept some people on a long waiting list. Oke, saya meninggalkan banyak orang di waiting list. So still in the same paragraph actually, okay, it had a waiting list of more than 90,000 names. Ya, jadi yang di waiting list itu ada 90.000 nama loh ya di situ. Ya, kenapa nggak bisa sampai 90.000 nama di situ? Karena pada waktu itu PNM menawarkan untuk its first lunar flight. Oke, jadi rencananya dia akan mengadakan perjalanan pertama ke bulan. Nah, jadi orang yang sangat tertarik di sini berjumlah kurang lebih 90.000 di situ ya. Oke, jadi sebelum 90.000 orang ini bisa berangkat ke bulan, ternyata perusahaannya sudah bangkrut dulu ya di situ. Oke. Oke, so option C that's correct ya. Nah, itu yang kita hilangkan ya, kita eliminasi kalau jawabannya sesuai dengan teks. Next one, it received request for its first flight to the moon. Oke. So, let's see from the second paragraph ya. Ini sebenarnya ada di paragraf kedua jawabannya. On a whim, Pan Am started a waiting list for the first flight to the moon. Ya. Jelas sekali bahwa di situ Pan Am merupakan satu-satunya penerbangan atau maskapai yang menerima permintaan pertama kalinya untuk melakukan penerbangan ke bulan. Ya, jelas itu opsi B benar di sini. Jadi kita eliminasi. Nah, tapi kita lihat dulu apakah opsi A ini sudah sesuai dengan bacaan atau belum. Loh, ternyata di sini ada kok 1960 di sini. Nah, ada kok di sini 1960. Nah, saya tanya kenapa yang tadi opsinya menjawab A, ada beberapa rekan di sini kok jawabannya A. Coba bisa menjelaskan. So what is your reason so that you choose option A that is incorrect or not stated or not true according to the reading passage? Ayo. Saya tantang. Kenapa kok jawabannya A di situ? Apa yang membuat statement A di situ tidak benar atau tidak sesuai dengan bacaan di atas? Coba. Any idea? Silakan. Siapa saja tadi yang menjawab bahwa opsi A itu tidak sesuai dengan bacaan, yang informasinya tidak sesuai dengan bacaan, maka silakan untuk memberikan argumen di situ mengapa kok tidak sesuai dengan bacaan di situ. Yeah. Oke, thank you. From Mbak Arum. And also Vero ya, oke. So in 1960s actually, yeah, what happens in the 1960s? If we take a look here more closer and more carefully, actually, 1960s is the year when space travel becoming a subject of much discussion. Okay, jadi ya, Mbak Arum is correct actually. So this is the year when the space travel was becoming subject of much discussion. It is not stated clearly if Pan Am started the business in the 1960s. Oke, baru disebutkan di sini Pan Am began receiving some very unusual requests for flight information. Oke, jadi tahun 60-an ya 1960s ya itu adalah ketika space travel banyak menjadi bahan gunjingan bagi banyak orang di situ. Tapi bukan tahun di mana Pan Am memulai bisnisnya. Ya, hati-hati. So it's a trap. Ya, okay. So we have to pay attention more carefully on this. Okay. So that's it. The answer is alpha. It is not correct. Okay. And then I will go to the second question here. What is the key word that we have to select here from the question? We have Pan Am's moon flights. Okay. I will try to scroll up. Ya, thank you Pak Arif sudah memberikan link sertifikatnya di situ. Mungkin bisa di-save dulu untuk teman-teman. Saya akan melihat ke soal nomor 2 di the second question pada menjawab apa? Pada menjawab delta di sini. Oke. Tidak ada yang menjawab alpha. Oke, kita lihat di sini ya. Let's go one by one here. People ask Pan Am about its flights to the moon. Oke. Ada di sini ya. Jadi in the last sentence of the first paragraph, it is stated that people began making requests to be on the first flight that Pan Am made to the moon. Ya, jelas di sini ya. Option A, we eliminate this. And then option B here, Pan Am kept a waiting list for its moon flights. Masih ada tidak waiting listnya? Masih ada di sini tetap. Ya. Pan Am has responded by adding the names of the requesters to the list. Masih tetap ada. And then option C here, Pan Am never really made any moon flights. Oke, sebenarnya Pan Am itu berhasil untuk terbang ke bulan atau tidak ya?
Halo.
Do you have any idea? Apakah ada di situ sebenarnya Pan Am itu bisa terbang beneran ke bulan atau tidak sih? Oke, no, ya, it couldn't, ya, it couldn't fly to the moon, actually. Oke, see, it never got to the moon, ya. So this is the proof, ya, that it never got to the moon. And the last one, option D. Okay, why do you choose option D? Here is the answer that is incorrect. Okay, kenapa di situ? Pan Am's waiting list had only a few names on it. Why do you choose D? Here, that is not true according to the passage. Thank you, Vero. Because actually, it is more than 90,000 names. Oke. Mungkin kalau saya hidup di era waktu itu, mungkin saya sudah mendaftar juga ya di situ untuk the first flights to the moon ya. Oke. So yang membuat kata ini, yang membuat jawaban ini salah adalah karena ada kata a few names ya. Oke, sedikit ya. Ternyata di sini 90.000 nama. Oke. Many names Pak Siswoyo. Thank you. Yes. Okay. So up to this, are there any questions or discussion? Okay, not yet. If not yet, so I will go to the questions 5 until 8. Okay. Ya, oke. A few itu berkonotasi negatif ya kalau nggak salah. Tergantung dari konteksnya Mbak Leonie ya. A few. Sometimes it can be positive, sometimes it can be negative. Yeah, I have a few. What is it? I have a few friends, for example. So this can be negative, maybe. Yeah, but I have a few enemies, for example. So that can be positive. Yeah, but okay. I guess that's depending on the context. Yeah, but okay. Scroll down a little bit. Okay, ya. Yeah. Kalau saya scroll down, kalau saya minimize sedikit di sini. Or probably you can just screenshot first and then I will try to scroll down to have the next question ya, probably. Oke, silakan untuk di screenshot dulu. So this is the reading passage. And these ones are the questions that follow. Oke, sudah? Okay, or probably we can go to questions 5 and then 7, and then the next one is question 6 and then 8. It's also fine, yeah? Okay, please go ahead, take your time. about 5 more minutes, please. Oke, well we are ongoing. Sambil jalan di sini. Sebentar, ada jawaban yang masuk kah? Oke, yeah. Thank you for Leonie and also Vero. Thank you also for Untari. Yeah, so what are we reading here actually in this passage? Kita baca tentang apa sih di sini pada teks di sini? Oke, we talk about tunnel tree. Ya, bisa sama ya jawabannya di sini ada Vero, ada Pak Kamasdin, ada Pak Siswoyo. Ya, it's about tunnel tree. Oke. So, tunnel tree to be exact here in Yosemite Valley. Ya, kalau saya nggak salah baca, ini bacanya Yosemite, ya, bukan Yosemite, tapi Yosemite kalau nggak salah. Okay, so it is an amazing attraction, yeah, to people who visit there. And the tunnel trees, ya, yang menarik di sini adalah actually it is a huge tree, ya. They are huge trees, ya. That's what we call giant redwoods, which have had tunnels carved in them. Ya, karena di situ giant redwoods, maka di situ cars can actually drive through some of the trees. Karena begitu raksasanya di situ, maka mobil bisa berjalan melewati tunnelnya di situ. Ya. Oh, really? The screen is not clear, nggak jelas ya. Ya, mohon maaf kalau mungkin pas tidak jelas atau blur, mungkin koneksi internetnya yang kurang bagus ya di tempat saya. Okay, the fact that the trees are large enough to have cars drive through them should give you some indication of just how big those trees are. Okay, so this is actually the main idea. Jadi ini yang ide pokoknya adalah pada paragraf pertama kita bisa temukan ada the tunnel trees in Yosemite Valley. Because the coming next 3 paragraphs, it is they are talking about the what is it? The tree one by one. Okay, so the first one is called the dead giant, and the next one is what we call the California tree, and the last one is called the Wawoma tunnel tree. Okay. Now we go to question number 5. That is, which of the following is not true about the tunnel trees in Yosemite Valley? Oke, tadi yang sudah stok jawaban, nampaknya baru sedikit ya tadi. Ada Pak Ramasdin, thank you for sending the answer. Vero, and then who else? Pak Siswoyo, Leoni, Untari. Oke, yang lain? Partisipasinya oke. Ada lebih dari 20 partisipan ya di sini ya. Masih belum ada yang menambah stok jawaban lagi di sini. Oke, ada Arlene, thank you. Oke. Oh, Vero menjawab soal nomor 6 ya. Oke, ya, number 5 first ya. So, from which paragraph that we can find the answer here? The tunnel trees in Yosemite Valley. Hold on. Maybe I need to change the layout karena kalau saya buka menu chat di sini itu teks saya tertutup. Itu rearrange the layout first ya. Okay, right. From the first paragraph, okay. There are trees with holes cut in them. Okay, is it true? Yeah, so we have all trees. Yeah, the trees are large enough to have cars through them. So that's why option A here is correct actually. Yeah, there are trees with holes cut in them. So this is correct. And then the second one, B, they are giant redwoods. Okay. So according to first paragraph, it is stated that the tunnel trees are huge trees, that's giant redwoods. Okay, so option B is also correct actually. And then most of you answer C. 3 tunnel trees currently exist. Okay, so if this statement is not in accordance with the reading passage, can you give us the reason why is it so? Okay, thank you, Vero. There are currently 2, yeah, there are not 3. Ya, ada 2. So which one is not exist anymore? if there are only two that currently exist, so which one of them that does not exist any longer? Okay, very good, Tahara. So the third tunnel tree, or what we call the Wawoma tunnel tree. Okay, thank you. So that's why option C here is chosen, because this one is not in accordance with the reading passage. So what about D now? Cars have driven through some of them. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Oke, mobil sudah bisa melalui some of them. Okay. Alright, so I will go to, should I go to number 6 or 7? Yeah, so 7 first, yeah, probably. Okay, so we focus on the California tree. Okay, I will, tadi jawabannya pada apa ya, number 7 tadi? Number 7, you choose C for Pak Ramasdin. Pak Siswayo, you also choose C. And then Leonie, you also choose C. Vero also choose C. Okay, right. Any idea why option C here is mistaken? Is not correct. Okay. Because it is carved. Yeah, it is not cut. Okay, so if we take a look here, California tree here is in paragraph 3, yeah. Okay. Which had a hole carved through it in 1895. Okay, so it is carved, but it is not cut. Yeah, exactly. So that's the answer. So we choose option C. The tunnel still exists? Yeah, dia masih eksis. Yeah, and then 230 feet high. Okay, so this one is available. Yeah, 230 foot high. Okay, and then cars are not allowed to go through it. Okay, so it is not possible to take car through it. Yeah. Congratulations if your answer is Charlie here. Right, so please send your answer for question number 6 and number 8, please. Number 6 is question about dead giant, and the last question is about Wawoma tunnel tree. Okay. Thank you, Vero, for sending the answer, number 6. Okay. Thank you, Vero and also Arum. You still have different answer, yeah, from one another. Thank you for Tahara, Siswoyo. We have Untari also. Okay. So from which paragraph that we need to focus on? The question is about the dead giant. So the dead giant here refers to the second paragraph. Okay, so this one is the dead giant. So all of the following are stated about the dead giant except, okay, let's have a look here. It is still a tunnel tree today. Can we find in this paragraph? So passengers cars can do and drive through the 10-foot wide opening in the tree stump. Yes, okay, still available until today. Okay, and then that's concerning with the option D here. Yeah, so it has a 10-foot opening we have this. So the answer is also correct. So alpha and delta, we eliminate them. And we just leave option Bravo and Charlie. Let's take a look on Bravo. It is just the sum of a tree. Let's see. In this sentence, yeah, the third sentence, it is said that this is just the stem or bottom part of a much larger tree. So I guess that's in accordance with option D here. That's the correct one. Now, what about this? It was cut less than a century ago. So on what year is it? The hole was cut through the base of the tree in 1878. Exactly. So in 1878, that means, ya, apakah lebih atau kurang dari 100 tahun yang lalu? And it's not 2021, right? Okay. So it's more than, it's more than 100 years. Yeah, it's more than a century ago, I guess. But this statement stated that it is less than, kurang dari 100 tahun yang lalu. Yeah. Okay. 1 century, how many years? Oh, okay. One century, how many years, guys? Satu abad. A century means abad ya di situ ya. So 100 years ya, sudah pada ya merespon di situ ya. When we have 1,000 years, so that means a millennium. Yeah, millennium, we have century, we have decade. Yeah, okay. All right, yes, C, that's the answer that we chose. Okay. And the last one is about the Wawoma Tunnel. Okay, except that. Oke, tadi para sahabat menjawab apa ya, nomor 8. Ada yang menjawab D, Mbak Arum. Oke, thank you. Oke, most of you choose delta here. Let's see. It does not exist anymore. Yes, because it is said that no longer exists. Option B, the tree lived for more than 2,000 years. Okay. I guess that's more than, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So 2,100-year-old tree. Yeah. So that's very old. Okay. And then the tunnel tree was destroyed in a snowstorm. I guess that is the information on the last sentence here. Yeah. And then the other one is the tunnel was destroyed in 1881. Okay, so this one is actually in 1969. Yeah, so 1881 is the year when the tree was carved. Okay, congratulations if your answer here is delta. Okay. Right, any other questions or discussion first? Okay, got 4 correct answers. Congratulations. If no, then I will give you another practice about unstated detail question from a different source. Ya, saya akan coba untuk berikan latihan lagi dengan menggunakan sumber yang berbeda. Coba. Yeah, this one, please. So this is passage 1. Yeah. 2 paragraphs. Okay, I give you 4 minutes. I guess that's enough. Okay. Yeah. So indeed, yeah. So that's why one way how to get accustomed, how to get used to reading here is by reading itself actually. So the more we read, so the more we get accustomed actually, especially for the English articles, English news, so that will help us a lot. So when you are accustomed to read some English news, some English journals, some English articles, that will make us becomes a fast reader. Yeah. Thank you, Pak Kamastin, for sending the answer. Yeah, we still expect other answers. Thank you. Here we have Pak Dedi Tandi Limbong and Mbak Aglin. We have Tahara, Untari, Emanuela, Mbak Sekar. Oke, mulai cukup ramai sekarang. Oke. Iya. Thank you. Oke. Kita bahas dulu di sini. What is the topic of this reading passage? What is the topic of this reading passage actually? What are we reading about? Okay. We read about blood plasma. Okay. And there is also a question actually on which, how do I say, subject, yeah, or on which department of student that this text is probably given. Jadi untuk mahasiswa jurusan apa yang paling cocok teks ini diberikan? Okay. In listening, sometimes it happens, yeah, when you have like a long talks, yeah, or long monologue. So you have to guess on which course that the lecture is probably given, yeah. So in this reading text, probably it will be more appropriate if we give to, thank you for the response, biology, yeah, biology or medical faculty, okay, biology, medicine, science, okay, kedokteran, yeah, okay, healthy science, yeah, okay. So see, in the beginning, I've told you that actually, even though we are not from the same background as what it is expected from like biology or from the medical faculty, tapi apa pertanyaan yang ada di sini itu pasti jawabannya tersedia di dalam teks, ya. Jadi tidak pernah soal di dalam TOEFL di situ menanyakan hal yang out of the text. Meskipun kita bukan backgroundnya dari kedokteran atau dari biologi, tetapi jawabannya pasti tetap ada di dalam teks di situ, ya. Oke. Now, let's have a look. Tadi pada menjawab alpha. Okay, let's see. So, why here option A is mistaken? Why option A here is chosen? Bukannya di sini ada kata colored liquid di sini, ada juga di sini color. Okay. Yeah, so it is based on the first sentence actually. We can find the answer already. The blood plasma. So this is actually the keyword, ya. Ada blood plasma, ya. So blood plasma is a clear, almost colorless liquid, ya, tidak berwarna di situ. However, option A stated that it is a deeply colored liquid, okay, in which it is contradictive with the information in the reading passage, the first paragraph, and the first sentence. Kita cek sebentar. Yang opsi B, blood cells have been taken out of it. Jelas ya di sini. White blood cells have been removed. Ya, jelas di sini. Patients are often transfused with it. Ya, it is often used in transfusions. Ya, jelas di sini sesuai. It is generally more important to the patient than other parts of the whole blood. Yeah. So this one, yeah, according to this, more than other components. Congratulations, the answer is alpha. And then let's go to question number 2. Which of the following is not stated about whole blood? So the keyword actually is on the word this, yeah, whole blood, which is taken from the second paragraph. If I can just see what is your response for question number 2, that's C. Oke, thank you Mbak Arum. Yang lainnya tadi menjawab apa tadi? Oh, B. Oke, you choose B. Ada juga yang menjawab alpha di situ. Oke, so you change your answer. You make up your mind. Number 2 is C. Okay. Let's see the first option. It is different from plasma. Okay. It is stated ya, plasma differs in several important ways from whole blood. Okay, so jelas di sini benar ya. So this one is correct. Okay. And then it cannot be dried. So it here refers to whole blood. Okay. And then this one on the last sentence, it is stated that plasma can be dried and stored while whole blood cannot. Jelas di sini whole blood cannot be dried. Ya, so option B is correct. Okay. So that left only option C and D. It is impossible to keep it in storage for a long time. Okay, how about C here? In addition, plasma can be dried and stored, while whole blood cannot. Jadi yang kata cannot di sini itu sebenarnya mengacu pada kata cannot be dried. Ya, berbeda dengan plasma. Plasma bisa dikeringkan, sedangkan whole blood di sini tidak bisa dikeringkan. And plasma can be stored, ya, dia bisa disimpan di sini. Sedangkan whole blood cannot, ya, tidak bisa disimpan. Okay, so I guess the correct answer here is Charlie. Yeah, the answer that we need to choose is Charlie. Okay. Alright, so it is clear colorless liquid. Ya, jelas ya di sini. Okay. Congratulations if your answer here is correct. I will go to the next. Passage 2. Okay, we go to here 2 questions. Okay, question 3 and 4. 5 minutes, please. Thank you for the response. Okay. Emanuela and then Vero, Dedi and Tahara. We have two possible answers here, yeah. Okay. Thank you also, Mbak Leonie. Okay, thank you. We have a response from Mbak Tifa Faulisa. Thank you. Also Mbak Untari, Pak Kamasdin. Right. So, what is the topic? What is the main idea of this reading passage? What are we reading about here in passage 2? Okay. It's a Nelly Bly. Okay, Nelly Bly. American journalist. Thank you, Pak Almasdin. Yeah, so we read, what is it? A certain figure, probably at the time that was quite famous. Yeah, so Nelly Bly. Elizabeth Corraine. Okay. So in which course that the text is more appropriate given? Oke. Untuk mahasiswa jurusan apa kira-kira di sini? Untuk mata kuliah apa di sini? Oke. Literature. Oke. You mean sociology, Vego? Oke. Literature, oke. English literature, ya, English letters probably, okay. Yeah. This one is like a journalist, yeah. So probably literature is also fine, but communication probably, ya. So untuk FISIP ya mungkin ya. Okay. Now, which one of the following is not true about Nelly Bly? Okay. Number 3, you choose A. You choose A, Alpha. Nelly Bly's real name was Elizabeth Corraine Seaman. I guess this one is mentioned in the first sentence of the first paragraph here. Elizabeth Corraine Seaman. I guess that's the same, yeah, here. So option A probably here is correct, yeah. I guess that's still relevant. Nelly Bly's real name was Elizabeth Corraine Seaman. Oke, A betul, kita eliminasi. Once again, it's not true ya, yang kita cari yang not true di sini. Oke. And then the others, ada yang menjawab delta di sini. The name Nelly Bly was used on articles that Seaman wrote. Oke. Which was taken from Stephen Foster's song Nelly Bly. This one is also correct from option C, ya. The name Nelly Bly came from a song. Yes, this one is the song, yeah. Stephen Foster's song, that's Nelly Bly. Okay. And then she achieved her exposes in particular for the bold and adventuresome way that she obtained her stories. Yeah, so option D here is actually correct. So option B here is actually contradictive, yeah, from the reading passage. Nelly Bly was mentally ill. Okay. So why you choose B here that is not correct, not true about Nelly Bly? Okay. Thank you, Pak Kamasdin. Because it is actually pretend to be ill or faked. Yeah, because in the second paragraph, exactly. Yeah. She faked mental illness. Ya, sampai dia harus berkorban berpura-pura menjadi orgil di situ ya. To be admitted to a mental hospital. See? To get the real picture on a treatment of mental patients. Oke. Mungkin jadi para jurnalis yang ingin masuk ke RSJ harus untuk berpura-pura menjadi fake mental illness dulu ya di sini supaya bisa diizinkan masuk. Okay, so this is actually related to question number 4 here. Which of the following is not mentioned as something that Nelly Bly did to get a good story? Okay. What did you answer? Number 4. Okay, D from Mbak Arum. Number 4. Yang lainnya juga menjawab D di sini. Okay, thank you. We answer delta, so she worked as a doctor in a mental hospital. Yeah. So actually there is no information here if she worked as a doctor, yeah. So she just pretended to have a mental illness to be admitted to a mental hospital. Ya, tapi kalau dia bekerja sebagai dokter, dia sendiri juga ada mental illness, waduh kacau ya jadinya. Oke. She pretended to be ill, jelas di sini ya. Oke, and then she got arrested by the police. Ya, so we have the information here. Mana yang tadi? Oke, she would get arrested ya here to be a thief ya. Dia juga pernah berpura-pura menjadi thief di sini sehingga dia ditangkap di sini ya. She acted like a thief, ya, jelas di sini. Oke. Ya, congratulations. Number 4, the answer here is delta. Okay. Right. Any questions first about the reading passage? Okay. Not a doctor, but as a patient. Thank you. And okay. If no, I will give you a review question. It's okay. So after we accomplish the 3 skills from main idea, stated detail question, and also the unstated detail question, I will give you a review questions or review exercise from skill 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so this is the question 1 until 5, but if we cannot see all of them together, probably you can just screenshot this first for the first half of the questions, question 1 and question 3. So you can screenshot this. And this is the second half, question 2, 4, and 5. Yeah, so this is the question 1 until 5. In a question 5, actually this belongs to the CPT, computer-based TOEFL. So you can just choose the paragraph that explains an early problem with the typewriter. Okay. 5 minutes, please. Thank you, Pak Kamastin, Mbak Untari, Vero, and also Dedi, and also Tahara. Okay, just send the answer. Okay, thank you. Still waiting for the others. Well, actually, from this kind of practice, we can identify if this is the type of, if this is the question, so which skill that I'm going to apply, gitu ya. So for example, when you have the first question here, the main topic of this passage is, so this is the question about main idea. And then in the early beginning, I have given you the tips how to find the main idea. Okay. And then question number 2, we have according to the passage. So when the, question is having this kind of clue, according to the passage, itu pasti jenis pertanyaannya adalah stated detail question. Okay. And then we can look for the answer by looking at the keyword in the question. What is the keyword? Oh, tentang first typewriters. And then the next question, we have which of the following is not true? Oh, jelas di sini dia yang ditanyakan tentang unstated detail question. Jadi sudah tahu bagaimana cara mengantisipasinya di situ ya. Oke. And then the next question, the passage indicates that. Nah, muncul kata indicates. So it means that the question belongs to stated detail question. Okay. Next one, click on the paragraph that explains an early problem. So this is the example of question that is stated detail questions. Okay, thank you for the response here. Sudah banyak yang masuk di sini untuk jawabannya. Dan question number 1, as usual, it is always asking about the main idea. Okay, and then luckily we have 2 paragraphs, which is, well, it's short paragraphs, yeah. So, what is the topic of the passage here? Number 1, most of you choose apa ya tadi? You choose B. Oh, ada yang menjawab A juga di situ. Oke. Okay. Ya. Yeah. How about A here? The invention of the typewriter. So, actually, yeah. So this is about the typewriter, but we don't talk more about the invention of the typewriter, but we focus more on the keys actually ya. Ini kita lebih fokusnya pada keys ya di situ, keyboardnya di situ ya. Oke. Okay. And then something that we are going to eliminate else is how to write a letter on the typewriter. Ya, tidak dijelaskan di dalam teks di sini bagaimana cara menulis surat menggunakan mesin ketik ya, tidak ada di situ. And then why the keys stick onto this typewriter? That's also not given ya in the reading passage about why the keys stick ya, tidak ada. So here the correct answer is the problem and solution concerning the early typewriter. The problem actually happens on the paragraph 1. This, the problem here is, what is it? Cause the bars of the machine to jam. Yeah, so that's the problem, or get stuck. Yeah, and then the solution is given on the second paragraph. Yeah, so to solve this problem and so on. Okay. So congratulations, the answer number 1 is bravo, B, and the second one here. On the first typewriters, yeah. So the keyword is on the first typewriters. Pada jawab apa ya tadi? Ada yang jawab B di sini. Oke. Okay. Semua menjawab B. Ada yang menjawab A juga di sini. Let's have a look on B here. The keys were hard to find. Oh, really? Oke, coba. On the first typewriter, berarti itu pada di paragraf pertama ya di sini. Oke. Kalau saya di sini malah menemukan bahwa this made the keys easy to find. Ya, jadi katanya bukan hard, tetapi di sini easy to find. Ya, kalau saya menemukan di sini made the keys easy to find karena dia alphabetical order. Karena alphabetical order, maka dia lebih mudah untuk dicari seperti itu. Ya. Kemudian ini tidak sesuai ya di sini ya. The keys were hard to find. This is contradictive actually. Yang mana di sini harusnya easy to find. The bars on the machine never jammed. Yeah, this is also contradictive actually. Because what happens actually here is often jam or get stuck. Ya, tidak sesuai di sini yang C di sini ya. And then school system work quite well. Ya, ini juga tidak sesuai karena tidak work well karena ini tadi ya, jam atau get stuck-nya itu tadi. Oke. Nah, jadi di sini the keys were in alphabetical order. Jadi pada mula-mula ketika mesin ketik itu ditemukan, yang sekarang mungkin sudah berbasisnya laptop di situ, itu dulu keyboardnya itu alphabetical order, jadi A, B, C, dan so on. Jadi sekarang kita menggunakan model QWERTY ya, so Q, W, E, R, T, Y, and so on. Nah seperti itu. Nah itu tujuannya di awal mula adalah kalau kita buat alphabetical order, maka akan menyebabkan itu kalau tahu mesin ketik di situ, nah itu apa namanya tuts-tutsnya di situ itu sering macet di situ karena berbenturan satu dengan yang lain kalau orang mengetiknya cepat seperti itu ya. Oke, belum bisa move on dari unstated. Nah ini bagi yang unstated di sini ya, not true about the system invented by schools. Oke, kita lihat di sini. Apakah di situ it is still used today? Apakah became standard system, apakah alphabetical atau introduced in 1870? Ya. Schools di situ kita fokus pada paragraf yang kedua di sini ya. So Latham Schools in 1872. Ya. So this one is correct I guess, introduced in 1872. And then it is still used today. Ya. Sebentar, ini ya. Is still used on keyboards today. Sampai dengan laptop yang kita pakai sekarang itu basisnya masih menggunakan yang dirancang oleh Christopher Latham Schools ya. Oke, so this one is correct, option B. It became the standard system. Jelas di sini ya, the standard keyboard system jelas. Oke. Kemudian yang it was alphabetical. Nah, ini yang keliru ya, yang belum benar. Karena dia bukan alphabetical lagi, tetapi adalah sistem QWERTY yang kita pakai sekarang. Oke. So, number 3, the answer is delta. Oke, next one, state a detailed question lagi di sini yang kita cari jawabannya benar dan mengeliminasi 3 jawaban yang salah ya. Under the school system, the bars hit the ribbon, bla bla bla. Oke. Ya, school system di sini. Oke. Jawabannya apa tadi teman-teman? Hilang di sini. Ada menjawab B, ada menjawab D, ada menjawab C di sini. In alphabetical order from opposite directions and cause the keys to jam in the same way as they had on the original typewriter. Oke. Apakah di sini from in alphabetical order? Tidak lagi ya di sini karena di sini sudah menggunakan QWERTY. Kemudian from the opposite directions. Nah, oke. So here from opposite directions as much as possible. So this one is the answer actually, from the opposite directions. Cause the keys to jam. Karena dia bukan alphabetical order lagi, maka dia sudah tidak ada atau hampir tidak pernah jam lagi di sini ya. Oke, C jelas salah di sini. In the same way as they had on the original typewriter, ya jelas tidak di sini karena dia sudah bukan alphabetical order, tapi dia sudah menggunakan QWERTY system. Ya, okay, so here the answer is bravo, congratulations. Okay, and the last one, click on the paragraph that explains an early problem with the typewriter. Masalah yang ada pada mesin ketik mula-mula itu ada di paragraf berapa di sini? Paragraf 1. Yes, exactly. This one. Okay. Right. Yes, kita sudah review di sini untuk untuk skill 1, 2, dan 3. Oke. Sudah agak overlap waktunya di sini. So, are there any questions first about the skill that we have covered so far? Jadi untuk para YouTube viewers, kita sudah masuk skill yang ketiga untuk minggu ini, yaitu adalah unstated detail questions. Untuk merangkum di sini, skill yang sudah kita pelajari mulai dari main idea, silahkan bisa membuka pada video sebelumnya yang ada di channel ini. Kemudian skill kedua adalah stated detail question, juga ada di video kita yang sebelumnya. Dan pada pertemuan ini kita membahas tentang unstated detail question yang bisa kita temukan dengan cara sama dengan apa yang ada di dalam stated detail question. Bedanya adalah kita mengeliminasi jawaban yang benar dan meninggalkan satu jawaban yang tidak sesuai, yang salah, atau yang tidak terdapat informasinya di dalam bacaan. Itu. Okay. Okay, yes. How to answer if the time is very limited? Yeah, so that's actually the challenge ya, Pak Ramasdin. Okay, exactly, Pak Siswoyo. Challenging walaupun hard to understand. Okay. The most confusing among them is about main idea, sir. Yes, exactly. I agree with you actually, Vero, ya, because in main idea itu skill kita benar-benar harus diasah, di mana kita harus bisa membaca first sentence in every paragraph very fast and then try to determine what we are reading about itu. Jadi memang main idea itu merupakan skill yang paling menantang bagi saya. Saya tidak mengatakan sulit, tapi menantang bagi saya karena kita harus memahami bacaan dalam waktu yang sangat terbatas. Nah, itu memang waktunya yang terbatas ya, seperti dikatakan Pak Ramasdin tadi. Kemudian Pak Siswoyo juga it's challenging betul di sini karena kita berlatih di sini untuk meningkatkan bagaimana caranya kita bisa membaca dengan cepat dan tepat dan akurat di sini. Oke, ya. Untuk link sertifikat sudah dibagikan, mungkin ada teman-teman yang bisa untuk copy paste-kan lagi di menu chat box di sini untuk link sertifikat. Tadi sudah dibagikan oleh Pak Arif. Thank you Pak Arif. Oke. Ya, saya sudah kehilangan track di atas tadi ya untuk link sertifikat. Oh, sudah yang membagikan. Oke. Thank you. Ada Tahara, Vero, Pak Siswoyo. Oke, ya. Jadi terima kasih. Thank you very much for your participation. So happy to see you all here. Kita berbagi bersama di sini, kita belajar bersama. Tujuan kita sama, yaitu adalah meningkatkan skor TOEFL kita. Oke. Mudah-mudahan pertemuan ini membawa manfaat bagi semuanya. So, saya akhiri pertemuan ini. Good evening, good night everyone. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera, salam sehat untuk semuanya. Thank you.